write this as a heading, and then leave a reasonable amount of space between each one, and then put down the following. So we've got acts of service, we've got physical touch. Let me just scroll forward a bit here. Hold on 2 seconds, guys. We've got quality time, we've got words of affirmation, and we've got receiving gifts. Now write them in that order because that's how I've got them set up on the slide, sorry. So in that order, again, is acts of service, physical touch, quality time, words of affirmation, and then receiving gifts. Okay, so they're your headings. So let's just get started on that. An overview for starters, obviously lasting relationships. And guys, this can be personal relationships, this can be business relationships, relationships with your kids, relationships with your family, relationships with your mum and dad, doesn't matter who it's with. You know, love language is a global language. And, you know, a lot of what I've been saying in my trainings lately, guys, and maybe write this down, is you only live life 2 ways, in love or in fear. Okay. And so, you know, we're not going to talk about fear tonight, but, you know, the reality of it is, you know, people have, fear doesn't necessarily mean that you're running scared, but people often have that apprehension about getting started or getting back involved or whatever it is. That's fear, but this is the love stuff that we're talking about tonight. So lasting relationships, like anything worthwhile, takes intentional commitment over time. But when you're just on the same page, when you're just not on the same page, keeping your love alive can be intimidating and even impossible. So what they've done is they've put these together to give people a better understanding of the 5 love languages. So let's get started with them. So the first one's acts of service. So can vacuuming the floors really be an expression of love? Absolutely. Anything that you do to ease the burden of responsibilities weighing on an act of service for a person will speak volumes. So he or she most wanted to hear, let me do that for you. You know, guys, you know, for some people, they're probably hearing some of this stuff and they're like, I don't care if they do this or not. Well, this is not your love language, okay? But the reality is, for others, or it could be even your own partner, to hear the words, oh, let me do that for you, let me help you with that, you know, that can be massive. It can be so instrumental and important in a relationship. So, you know, laziness, broken commitments, and making more work for them tells speakers of this language that their feelings don't matter. Finding ways to serve speaks volumes to the recipient of these acts, okay? So again, this may resonate with you as a person, because this may be something that you would feel, oh, I wish that my partner was doing more of that. I wish this person in my business was doing more of that. However, if it's something that doesn't resonate with you, understand there's people in your business, people in your life that will, and they may need this to be able to have a better relationship with them. The next one, physical touch. This language isn't all about the bedroom, okay? A person whose primary language is physical touch is not surprisingly very touchy. They love hugs. They love a good old pat on the back, holding hands, thoughtful touches of the arm, shoulder, or face. They can all be ways to show excitement, concern, care, and love. Yeah? Physical presence and accessibility are crucial. So guys, it's not always just about touch, just being in that space, that physical presence and the ability to access somebody, to be close, okay? While neglect or abuse can be unforgivable and destructive, physical touch fosters a sense of security and belonging to any relationship, okay? So very powerful one. I say very powerful more so because this is something that's big for me in my love languages, and so is the next one, which is quality time. But let me tell you guys, it's not always about, and I guess speaking from experience, it's not coming from something that necessarily means, you know, physical touch, meaning in the bedroom, right? And again, counter this back to your relationships with your teammates, with people in your business, you know. I know whenever people were coming back to the boot camp when we got started again, I said, I'm going to make all these cuddles awkward as F. You know, like, I mean, everyone's going to come back and like, oh, COVID, can't touch each other. I'm like, I don't care. So, you know, just as an example, guys. Yeah. All right. Next one. Quality time, another one that's very big in my particular department, but again, not for everybody. You know, in the vernacular of quality time, nothing says I love you like full, undivided attention. Being there for this type of person is critical, but really being there. Guys, like really being there, being present, yeah? So that means TV off, fork and knife down, all the chores and tasks are on standby, phones are on mute or phones are just away. We all know, and we like, if anyone on here said that they don't, they're lying, are distracted by social media that impact our families, our loved ones. And I can tell you for some, it may not matter that much, but for people that search or need quality time, it is massively hurtful when that sort of thing happens. So, you know, really making that person a significant other, and I'm talking about even if you're sitting in a team meeting, you know, making them feel truly special and loved. Distractions, that, you know, during those meetings, you know, postponed dates, or failure to listen can actually be very, very hurtful. So quality time, also means sharing conversation and quality activities. Okay, so even in your personal relationships, doing things together, you know, but even as a team, when you're doing team events, doing things together as a team, and really engaging as a team when you're doing these things. So. Words of affirmation. Now, actions don't always speak louder than words. Okay, it's not all about doing the do. Yeah, this is your if this is your language. My apologies. If this is your love language, unsolicited comments mean the world to you. Just what you say, your language. Hearing the reasons behind those words, you know, I love you, are important. Hearing the reasons behind that love sends your spirit skyward. So it's not just about saying the words, I love you, guys. You know, it's about the spirit and what you say behind that, like why it is that you love somebody. You know, insults can leave you shattered, and they're easily not forgotten. You know, kind, encouraging, and positive words are truly life-giving. So, you know, some people are driven not by, you know, getting gifts or having time with somebody, but just being told how much they're appreciated, told how much they mean to the team, how much they're valued as a person, as part of our organization or a team, or what they bring to the business, or to, you know, your personal relationships, you know, with your kids, you know, explaining to children how important they are and what they mean to you, things like that. You know, all that's words of affirmations, not necessarily actions. Yeah. Now, the last one, and this is something that I'm very low on myself personally, as in I don't have any appreciation for receiving gifts. I get very awkward when I receive gifts personally. I struggle really hard to deal with this, but understand this. Don't mistake this love language for materialism. The receiver of gifts thrives on love, thoughtfulness, and effort behind the gift. It's the effort behind the gift. If you speak this language, if this is something that you resonate with, the perfect gift or gesture shows that you are that you are known, you are cared for, and you are prized above whatever was sacrificed to bring the gift to you. Now, here's the clincher, and we've all made jokes about this, but a missed birthday, anniversary, or hasteful, thoughtless gift would be disastrous. Now, for me, it doesn't impact me personally because it's not my love language, but I can tell you, knowing people that appreciate this as their love language, it would be disastrous to you know, really not put a lot of thought into a gift. So with the absence of everyday gestures, you know, again, gifts are just a visual representation of love and are treasured greatly. So, you know, guys, really important to understand that, you know, it's not about just going out and someone just going, I'd really like to buy, you know, Louis Vuitton handbags. So then you just go and buy them that, and that's the way that they love. It's not about the fact that you did that. It's about the thoughtfulness behind what you're doing when you're giving someone something. You know, it can be something that's worth really bugger all. but it's what you did, the process of why you did it, and the reason why you're giving them that particular gift. It's not the monetary value. Does that make sense? So moving forward, guys, now do you and I guess we'll open this up shortly just to get some questions and some feedback from you guys. Again, we're going to put these tests for the GEMS personality, mastery, as well as the love languages, so you can kind of ascertain. And again, you will swing between them, just so you understand. You don't necessarily have 100% of one. For me, the vast majority of mine was physical touch and quality time. And then I had smaller parts with acts of service and what was the other one? Give me a second. And acts of service and words of affirmation. Receiving gifts, I was dead set 0%. So, it really, everybody gets something different. But I guess my question to everybody on the call tonight is this, and for those who watch this back later, really, do you feel when you have this, that number one, you'll be able to now use this, leverage that in your business to help you in your business, but also to help you personally in your own personal life? Do you think it perhaps helps gather a better understanding of how you're defined? And, really, do you think it would be able to help you progress in your life with personal growth? Because that's what tonight's kind of all about. Really, it's about first understanding yourself and loving yourself, and then understanding how your team and your family and everybody around you ticks. So, guys, that's it.